Hi and welcome to another Type with me. In today's video I want to talk about Bun, a fast all-in-one JavaScript runtime. So, of course, you know that node.js is a runtime for JavaScript and deno is a runtime for JavaScript and TypeScript. And now you have Bun. It's also a runtime, a JavaScript runtime for of course, JavaScript, but also TypeScript, right? So Node.js relies on the V8 JavaScript engine and deno also, because they are being created by Ryan Dahl, right? And Node.js relies on C++ and deno on Rust as a programming language. So Bun has the JavaScript core engine underneath it, and it's also the same engine for WebKit and Safari, and they are using the programming language Zig, something that I don't know, but apparently Zig is a programming language. Right? So if you go to the website bun.sh, you will see that Bun is a fast all-in-one JavaScript runtime. You will see here that it can do much more HTTP requests per second than Node and deno, right? But also for SQL, it can do more SQL queries, and also for operations per second, which is very promising, right? But one of the other big advantages is, of course, that it can interpret JavaScript and TypeScript right away. And that it has a native bundler, transpiler, and a task runner, and you can use npm with it, right? So it also supports that. It also supports backwards compatibility with Node.js. So in my opinion, a very great tool to look into and to use. One of the disadvantages, in my opinion, is that it's only usable within the Linux system. You can use it in Windows, but then you need to use Windows subsystem for Linux, or WSL, right? And WSL, well, for me it's a little bit of pain, because then you always need to execute your commands within WSL, and you cannot use a normal console if you use Visual Studio Code. Maybe you can also there identify WSL. It's maybe something that I can investigate into, but again, not that very handy in my opinion. So let's download it and install it, right? So I'm gonna install it. And now we can just do run help, and you will see that it's not recognized. Actually, that's normal, because we need to execute some exports. So we export where it's been installed, and we export it to our path, right? So if we go to Visual Studio Code, we also need to execute this, right? So next thing that I want to do is export it also within our environment in Visual Studio Code. So now we have Bun here. Great. If we now do bun index.ts, you will see that it executes our code that we defined in an episode of Type With Me last week, which is great. Just a TypeScript file, right? And now I also want to execute a server-side rendering React application, right? And you will see that he also supports TSX, which is, in my opinion, also a very great feature. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to do bun install, and you will see here that he recognizes that we have TypeScript, that we also have React, and we have React DOM. So he's going to install them, right? you will see that if we do, for example, bun add Lodash, that he can install Lodash, right? If we go to package.json, you will see here that he adds Lodash. And then with bun remove Lodash, he will remove Lodash, right? He supports node_modules, which is great because that's compatibility with node.js. So yay, fantastic. Now we can do bun ssr.tsx, right? And you will see that he executes that. And if we go now towards localhost 3000, you will see that we get hello world, and then here hello from React, the date is, and then our date, right? So when we go to the browser, we get hello from React, the date is, and then our date that we executed our server-side rendering TSX, right? So imagine that you want to have, for example, next.js, a great application framework within React. Well, you can very easily do so by just doing bun create /app, and then he will download everything and install it. Now if we go to app, we can do bun install. Now he will install every package that he needs, right? And if we then do bun dev, you'll see that he runs our next.js application within localhost 3000. So if we now refresh the page, you'll see that we get next.js version 12.1.3. Get started by editing page/index.tsx, right? So if we do so and we go to pages and then index.tsx, here we can very easily do something like this is awesome. Save it. You will see here that my file changed. He picks it up. So we can go again to our browser. And we get here, this is awesome. So bun has compatibility with node.js, APIs for file system and for other kind of things. So in that regard, that's great. Out of the box, it uses ECMAScript modules, which is also great because in my opinion, ECMAScript modules are the next big thing. And yeah, just supporting CommonJS in this kind of world and this kind of time slot is good, but it should not be the default, right? So in my opinion, it's a great tool to explore with. I think when I'm gonna explain things here in this channel around TypeScript, I'm gonna use it because it's fast, for example. But be careful when you are using this one with full-blown important applications. It's still very early stage, and I think it's a great addition towards the ecosystem. I think it will challenge also node.js, like what deno is doing, right? And how the more choice we have to choose from, that's the same with browsers, right? The more it will push the industry forward. So I think it's a great tool. I'm really, really, really happy that it comes across. Please put some comments below what you think of bun.sh. It will inspire other people and will create some kind of a discussion around it, right? Thank you for watching, and I see you next time. Bye.